It had rained hard overnight, and well into the morning. By mid-afternoon, however, puddles reflected white canvas and blue sky, even though tent lines still dripped. The camp at the foot of Gothragor had been churned into mud since the previous night, when each of the 9 houses had hosted its own party, however damp, and cadets had passed from one enclave to the next to greet old friends, to share news of the past year. If some had drunk too much hard cider in the process, well, what else were such gatherings for? That at least, and for gossip. 3 years ago, some 800 of them had entered the Randon College at Tentir as mere children, it seemed to them now. Since then, the best had spent their 2nd year at Kothafir with the Southern Host, where they had faced the Carnid invasion and lost some of their number. Throughout, they had been subjected to tests and culls. In their final 3rd year, each had been tasked to learn what he or she most needed to know. What that was, however, had not always been made clear, nor whether in the end they had passed. Now all anxiously awaited judgment, in hopes that by the end of summer's day they would be promoted to an officer's collar. In the meantime, they were dimly aware that this was no ordinary muster. For one thing, far more of the senior staff were present than usual, including the entire Randon Council of 9. Even the current Tentir commandant was there, although the college had its own ceremonies on this day, which he would be missing. What were they all doing here? And why did they gather by 2s or 3s or 4s to talk so seriously, in such low tones? They're worried about the summer campaign, a Danior cadet wisely told a Brandon, who with half a dozen others had gathered outside the north tents, unconsciously mimicking their superiors. Now that Kothafir says it can't afford us anymore, we have to go back to the Central Lands to find paymasters to get us through the winter. A Kuman snorted. Everyone knows that. I hear that we have your precious Lordan to thank. Jameth lost us King Crothan, said the Danior scornfully. Don't be silly. The Kuman flushed. She went into the wastes with a caravan, didn't she? And how many came out?